locksmiths and hackers and gunslingers and blacksmiths. Welcome to the 31st edition of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. This is the first episode of Season 4, our hot Fallout New Vegas Roundtable. We are the show that compares and contrasts Fallout experiences through a lively roundtable discussion by playing through the same quest with characters who have been assigned randomly, drastically different attributes. Welcome, everybody. Andrew, how we doing?
Pat, how are you this evening?
I am fantastic. Thank you very much. Ray, how are we doing?
Doing great.
Awesome.
Good to hear it. So Kara is under the weather. We've had a nice run of 2 or 3 episodes in a row with Kara in the house, but she is a little under the weather. So we will not have Kara with us tonight. And Dennis, I think, is enjoying some family time at down the shore, as we say here in the greater Philadelphia area.
Down the shore.
Down the Jersey Shore, if I understand correctly. So, Dennis, hope you're well. I if you can listen without getting in trouble, I hope you're listening. But I don't want you to get in trouble for listening to the podcast on your family vacation. So it's up to you. And then we got Wendy hanging out in the chat. Wendy, virtually waving to you here. Good for you to drop by.
Thanks for hanging out, Wendy. Good to see ya.
So, Andrew, if you want the video playing in the background, you need to click on me.
I thought I did. Oh, I was clicking.
Yeah, I'm seeing Ray.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. You don't have to play me. We can play something else if somebody else got some video ready to roll. But we got some good New Vegas-y explosions going on in the background here. We don't want to miss those.
I'm just looking to highlight Ray's pooches. Hi, Ray's pooches.
What's up?
I'm only seeing Ray's cleaver. I'm not seeing any pooches.
No,
Are there pooches?
If you can go back to the very beginning of the episode and the intro of the song, you'll hear a little shout out by Ray's dogs.
Oh, sweet! I love a good doggy.
Actually,
I love
that was my
doggies.
laptop.
That was your laptop?
Yeah.
No, well, screw your laptop, man. We want your dogs.
What
No,
happened?
I know. No, you don't. Oh, they go psycho on me.
So I'm losing the link for Ray's spreadsheet. Where the heck is it? Is it off the? Oh no, there it is. It's at the very tippy top. I got it. I'm on it. I'm on it, man.
For any of you looking for quick access to it, of course, it's on our web page, but I also have it posted right now to our Twitter account and our Facebook page if you want quick access to it for this evening, if you'd like to roll along with us for anybody listening live out there.
Yeah, so this is exciting. This is fun. This is I don't know. Well, every part of the roundtable is the best part of the roundtable, but this is awfully fun. That excitement of getting the new character ready to go and seeing those random stats and random rolls and seeing how the heck am I going to play this thing. It's exciting.
Yeah. It's I kind of equate this to the most fun part of the I know this won't make sense to you guys, but the most fun part of the fantasy football season is like you prepare for like a month before the season actually starts, and then there's a draft that you go through, and this character role portion is kind of like the drafting of your team initially before you get actually going into the story of how your season is going to unfold. You know what I mean?
I played fantasy baseball one season, and it was all downhill. I had a great time at the draft, and it was all downhill from there.
Draft is always the most fun part. You get
there was beer and food, and yucking it up. So yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down with that.
So we have some beer and food here. I've got some wings and a tall frosty mug of beer, and we're playing our fantasy Fallout draft tonight. We'll roll some stats. It'll be great.
So Wendy is in the chat. Wendy says she's rolled her character. So Wendy, maybe later in the show you can chime in and let us know what you rolled if you have maybe get your stats handy so you can let us know later on. We can share your stats with the world. So just like all our other roundtables, we want to hear from play along participants. Get people playing along, sending in some feedback. Let us know how their playthroughs of New Vegas are going.
Hey, Wendy, if you just take a screenshot or use your phone and take a picture of your stats and just email it to us, we can check out your stats later.
Yeah. And Casey's dropping by the chat. Casey, thanks for swinging by. Nice. Yeah.
Hey, Casey, if you want to roll some stats on our spreadsheet and email in to us, we can discuss your stats a little bit too if you want.
Nice. So, what do you think, guys? Before we start a rolling, should we share a few of the sort of some of the thinking behind how we set up the round table? Would that make sense?
And even before we roll, I've compiled a little bit of a list that see, this is my first time into New Vegas. I know a lot of people started with either 3 or New Vegas and then got into Fallout 4, but I'm kind of going backwards at this. So I've got a list here of stuff that I would like to go over, that is the differences between Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas, for anybody else who's out there in the same boat as me, and just to know what some of the basic differences are going to be that you're getting into if you don't have too much experience with New Vegas quite yet.
He's got a little list.
Checking it twice, Pat.
All right. So what's the first thing on your list, Andrew? What's the biggest difference right there? Tell us what's number one?
I've got all the specials. All the specials do slightly different things, it seems to me. They're not quite exactly the same. For instance, in Fallout 4, your strength is your unarmed and melee damage and your carry weight. But it is also... no, that's actually the same in New Vegas is melee damage, and carry weight. Must be unarmed as well. Your perception in 4 is like your VATS accuracy, your lockpicking, and stealing. And I was confusing. Is stealing in that sense, do they mean pickpocketing, or is it like the marked red stuff? What percentage of a chance you have getting caught with the marked red stuff?
I think it's pickpocketing, but I'm not positive.
And in New Vegas, it's explosives. Lockpick and energy weapons is a perception thing. It also has to do with the range of how quickly you pick up your enemies on your meter there, and perception will bring up extra conversation.
Yeah, so that is one of the absolute bestest features of Fallout New Vegas, is that there are scattered throughout the dialogue boxes, like almost every skill or special has at least a few, and in some cases a lot of special dialogue options. So perception is not the only one.
Yeah. So for endurance, on 4, that was your hit points and how quickly your action points drain while sprinting. So the higher your endurance, the more efficient your action points are when sprinting. In New Vegas, it is your resistances that go up with your endurance. Also your hit points and your healing rate. Now, is that healing rate as far as with medicines? That it doesn't, your healing rate doesn't automatically go like in Skyrim, right? There is no auto heal, right?
Well, not without perks or that's right.
Exactly. Yeah. It also affects the starting levels of your unarmed and survival and the number of implants allowed. See, I have no idea what implants are, so I
implants are fun. Implants are your friend.
If you're wanting to do implants, endurance is what you want to pump up in New Vegas. So your charisma, that is pretty different between these two games. Charisma will help your barter and your speech and your companion's nerve in New Vegas. Well, in 4, they kind of got rid of barter and speech, right? And they just replaced it with and called it charisma.
Barter. Well,
it's a perk.
It's built in.
It's a perk now.
Well, but barter. So, for example, barter. The barter skill in New Vegas is determined by how many skill points you put into it, but it's also determined by your charisma.
Yeah.
So higher charisma means you've got a higher base barter skill, whereas in Fallout 4, a higher charisma just means that you get better prices from the vendors. There's no quote unquote barter skill, but charisma has the same effect on vendor prices and on conversations that barter and speech have in New Vegas. So it's not radically different, but it is, but it isn't. Like the concepts are all there, but they kind of branch off in different ways.
Concepts are the same, but the mechanics of it are
similar. Yeah, the implementation is different. Yeah.
It's more like speech in Skyrim.
Yeah. The or the wiki says on 4 that it increases your charm and your ability to convince. But I guess that's just your probability of hitting the orange, yellow, or red.
Yeah. And in New Vegas, there's a lot of speech there. Like I said earlier, there's a few checks for almost everything, for perception or barter or science or whatever, but there are a lot of speech checks.
Yeah.
And a fair amount, and there's a lot of barter checks. There's a lot of barter and speech checks, and those are not randomly determined. It's just if you have a speech check, if it's a 55 speech check and you've got a speech of 55 or higher, you pass. If you got 54 or lower, you don't pass. It's not random.
And let's see, intelligence here. I think they're both basically the same. With it's basically the amount of skill points you get by achieving certain goals, by killing things or turning in quests. I did look them up. Their formulas are quite different.
Oh yeah, very.
How they calculate the amount of intelligence that you get. And all you mathematicians out there, it's just 10 plus half of your intelligence for New Vegas, and on 4. It is your base number of intelligence times the quantity of intelligence times 3 plus 1 divided by 100. So it's like it's a certain percentage times your base. It'll add you, it'll give you 10 to 15 to 30.
Well, so for New Vegas, I think you were quoting the skill point number that you get. Whereas I think for Fallout 4, I think you were quoting the multiplier to your quest experience points.
Okay, so maybe
and your kills. So in New Vegas, you get skill points ranging from about 11 to about like 19 or so.
And those are assigned different perk categories, right?
Skills.
The skills. Yeah, that's what see, those are two different things in New Vegas, but in 4, they're almost.
Yeah. There's no such thing as a skill in 4.
Yeah, that perk chart has sort of absorbed a lot of the skills.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And quickly here, AP is generally the same, and agility, but in New Vegas, it allows you to draw and holster your weapon faster, and reload speed is dictated upon your agility, which that can also be in your agility, but you have to take certain perks for it in 4.
Yep.
Luck. In New Vegas, I think it says it increases all of your skills slightly.
Yep. Yeah. It's like a little tiny bump to every special, I think.
And it increases your odds of gambling, but I haven't attempted to play any card games.
Yeah, so in New Vegas, I have never known money to be a problem in New Vegas unless you're doing some kind of challenge bill where you limit yourself, to certain sources of money or whatever.
And luck in New Vegas increases your critical chance, whereas in 4 it increases your recharge rate of your crit meter. I don't really understand how criticals work in New Vegas. Is that just a random occurrence, a roll of the dice, yes or no, 1 out of 10 chance type of thing, or how does that really work with your crit meter?
It will randomly credit you with a critical hit. In New Vegas.
Those happened to me last.
Having a critical meter.
Is there a probability? Do you have any idea of the probability of that?
New Vegas does not have a critical meter. You're correct.
Yeah, there's no meter, but it just randomly will be like, oh, critical hit on this guy.
Yeah, I think it's randomly occurs.
Mm-hmm. And the critical is probably what, 1.5 damage or something, I'm assuming.
There's better criticals, I think, similar. So I don't remember if it's exactly the same, but I think it's similar. I believe there's a better criticals perk that you can take in New Vegas, similar to 4.
Yeah, and the damage depends on the weapon. Each one has its own.
Nice. Good Lord.
Yeah,
no involved.
Definitely a lot of.
And by the way, Andrew, I think Andrew, you're maybe misleading yourself and or the listeners. You don't need to worry about this stuff. You will figure it out as you play. There's an explicit tutorial. You just need to start playing like it is with any other Bethesda game, and you will get the hang of it. You don't need to obsess over this.
Yeah. And
I know you're obsessive, Andrew, but don't scare off the listeners by worrying that you have to do this in advance.
I just want to shine some light on the differences and
yeah, but I think it, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're gonna jump in and you're gonna start playing just like you do with any other Bethesda
I'll just
game.
run down my list here, and you can shout anything if you want to discuss it here. The big differences between Fallout and New Vegas. Special was my first item here, so those were all the differences in specials. So lock picking, I feel, is a lot different. different. The companion wheel is a lot different. Your map markers are extremely confusing and different at first.
Yeah, yeah.
Your quest selection methods in the menu is really different. Your Pip-Boy layout is really different. It's flip-flopped upside down almost with your menu. The sprinting, there's no sprinting in New Vegas. The VATS, you can't back out and cancel a VATS. You have to take a shot. You can't just like cancel the VATS. Ballistic Fist, that was really different and cool. I enjoyed the Ballistic Fist a lot. Speech Barter, I felt worked in a different way. Success in speech is level-based instead of chance-based, if that makes sense. It's like you have to have a certain level speech of 50 in order to get this achievement instead of just, oh, it's a yellow chance, so you have a slightly higher percentage chance of making this work or not. So the success in getting certain things to go in like speech or barter, or that seems to be a lot different. Your sneak proximity meter, like when it says detected or sneak, it doesn't in Fallout 4 when it's like not detected or whatever, it like expands out really wide, and then as someone's getting closer to you, it'll creep in closer until it says detected. But it doesn't branch out like that, and depending on your proximity to someone's awareness of your presence, it's just detected or not detected. And karma meter, there's a karma meter here, which I don't really I generally don't worry about that sort of thing, which caused me to have super horrible karma in Fallout 3 when I played it. And so I don't know if I should actually try to pay attention to this karma meter thing this time. And implants, those are my that's my big list so far of stuff that's super different between the two games. And again, you probably don't need to worry about it. Just jump in feet first, and we can just start getting into this new game. I'm pretty excited here. So what do you guys want to do? You want to get into rolling or?
I think we should just kind of jump into rolling. Although I think a couple of things. I think we want to make sure that we scatter the factions across, so we have good representation of the factions among the participants. And then
so we might reassign a few people. Stuff like that, just so we can have a really good distribution. You're right.
Yeah, and we want to make sure somebody's got to have Wild Wasteland. We got that. That is which we can explain as we get into that a little bit more. But somebody definitely needs that. I would suggest that it makes sense for somebody to have low intelligence, because you get some special dialogue and low intelligence checks, which are really quite entertaining.
Monosyllabic grunting.
Yeah. It's so somebody should be stupid. What else, Ray? Is there anything else that we should sort of definitely make sure? Those are the two things. Make sure we cover the factions, and somebody's for three things: stupid, and somebody's got to have Wild Wasteland. Beyond that, I think we can let the chips fall where they may.
And we should bring up the schedule is going to be really strange for the season, everybody. This season might expand out to be almost twice as long as our normal roundtable season. We're not quite sure how it's going to work yet, but the last time we did a roundtable season that we did multiple factions was with Fallout 4. We just did two of the factions. We did the Institute and the Railroad, I believe. And since we only were worrying about two of those factions, that we only had to schedule for that. But now we're worrying about four factions, so we're having twice as many of the quests to schedule. So certain factions might not get all of their quests in every week, and it might mean that we're only going to get to 2 or 3 quests per episode. So that might expand out the project for a few more episodes than we're used to. Does that sound all right, guys?
Yep.
And we don't have it hammered out yet. We're going to start our first episode after Labor Day, but we just wanted to give ourselves a couple weeks to get these characters rolled and to get a little bit of a base going on your character, so you can have a little bit of XP under your feet before getting into the nitty gritty stuff. So we're going to start a little bit after Labor Day, and I'll be sure to get the first half of the schedule up at that point, so you'll know which quests that you have to get to, and then we'll start feeling it out which how many episodes we can fit in or how many quests we can fit in per episode, and see what we can schedule for each faction. So that's how we're going to play it, kind of by ear. We're going to be a little bit loosey-goosey this season, and since I have not played this game, I'm going to sort of take a little bit of a side role and let Ray and Pat sort of do most of the driving, and Denny when he's there. I hope Denny can hop in as much as he can, and Kara and I are going to kind of let those guys teach us a little bit about this game. And you guys okay with that still too, I hope?
Certainly.
All right, so
who's going to go first?
Yeah, let me pull up our little random sheet here. Sure, I've got.
So we got to roll for Denny and Kara too.
Did Denny chime in? I don't know if he chimed in or not, but yeah, we'll go.
He doesn't get a vote. If he doesn't speak up, he gets assigned.
Yeah, that's fine. He can re-roll if it's something that's too.
Yeah, of course he can. Yeah.
So I do not care who goes first. I can be guinea pig if you guys want to.
Go for it. All right. So Andrew, I'm actually gonna be organized. I forget who was doing this for the last Fallout round, for the last Skyrim Roundtable, but maybe it's Victor. He's always so organized. I'm gonna make notes of who gets what. So just so we can have that. So Andrew, everybody's gonna roll their own, right? You're just gonna.
No, I think someone else should roll.
Okay. All right. All right. So I will do yours. How many refreshes do you want?
Let's do three. Let's do three refreshes.
3 refreshes. All right. First refresh. Oh, come on, reload. There we go. Oh, that character's so good. Too bad you'll never see it.
Do we want to see it? Should we pop up?
No. I'm gonna. All right. So, ooh, interesting. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna third refresh. This is it. This is it. Andrew. Oh, you're so happy, Andrew. You're back to your favorite. You're back to a female.
Sweet.
You are Caesar's Legion for your faction.
Nice.
Here's your special. I'm just making some notes here. Your specials are as follows: 7, 4, 5, 9 charisma.
Oh, everybody bend to my will.
2 intelligence. 2 intelligence might be enough to get you the good dialogue options. And agility of 10. So like right, you're in your bat's heaven. And luck of 3.
That's nice. I'm okay with that.
All right. So yeah, that's not your first trait is so you at least are a guinea pig. You got the Wild Wasteland trait.
All right, and that's the one you said that had to be represented. That is
that's right. So that's good. You have the 4 eyes trait.
4 eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to look that up.
So you are eyes. We got your skill number 1 is survival, which is that's good because that'll force you to play around with some of the stuff that is pretty different. So it's crafting. Survival kind of gives you crafting advantages in New Vegas.
Okay,
but the crafting is different, and
the crafting is different. Yeah.
But it's good. That's a good choice. You got speech, which goes well with your high charisma, and you got medicine, which does not go great with your low intelligence, but dims the brakes. And companion, good buddy Rex is going to be by your side.
Oh, that's the dog, right?
Rex the doggy. Rex is wonderful. I'm so happy for you. Rex is the best. Well, Eddie's really the best, but Rex is okay too.
I am A-okay with that role. Perfect. Sounds good. Good.
Yeah, no, nice. All right.
Who would like to go next?
Roll me, Pat.
All right. Okay. All right. So how many refreshes do you want, Ray?
I'm going to go 4.
4 refreshes. Okay. All right. So Andrew, your character is about to be gone. So I've got it written down in the actually I should do a screenshot here. Let me do
I've got it too.
You got it. Okay. All right. We'll be okay. Right. Yeah. We'll be okay. All right. So first refresh, second refresh, third refresh, and finally the money shot. Here we go. Oh, interesting. Okay, we got, for Ray, we have a male, another Caesar's Legion, so we're going to have to make sure we don't get too carried away with Caesar. Your specials are 5, 3, 3, 7, 8, 6, 8. So strength of 5, perception of 3, endurance of 3, charisma of 7, intelligence of 8, agility of 6, and luck of 8. You got no traits whatsoever. You got none for both of your traits. I forgot you programmed it that way, but that's the breaks.
Double none.
Double none. That's all right. That's right. You got guns as one skill. Let's see, how does that work? Yeah, so. You got repair, which I think, Ray, is repair driven by intelligence. I think it's intelligence. And then you got survival. So you got guns, repair, and survival. So that's pretty good, because you got a combat skill and then 2 really strong support skills. So that's a pretty good roll there.
Yeah, repair is controlled by intelligence.
Yeah, and then so we got 2 people with survival. There we go. And then your companion is Lily, the lovely Lily.
Oh, nice.
Lovely Miss. I love Lily. She's great. She is just the best.
Can you remind me of his gender and faction again?
Male, Caesar's Legion. So we're going to have to make sure. So I think if you recall, Andrew, I dibs that I was not going to do NCR or a stupid character. Beyond that, I don't mind redoing some of the Arthur stuff, but I've got to have a little bit of a break from the Arthur playthrough. But so I'll have to do either House or Yes Man.
And between me and Pat and Ray and Kara and Danny, we should try to have one of us on a faction. So Ray, we might have to just do another just a random roll to see if we can get you on one of the other 3.
Or we can make sure that Denny and Kara and I get because we're gonna have one double up, right? Because there's 5 of us.
Yeah. We'll see.
I wasn't sure what his schedule.
All right, so Andrew, you want to do the honors for me?
Yeah, sure. How many refreshes?
I've got to go 1. I'm going to trust the randomization of the mouse. So now,
right.
One limit is no NCR, but we could just randomly change that if it comes up NCR.
Well, you are a female.
Female, all right.
And you are acquainted with Mr. House.
All right, that works.
Your specials, real quickly, are 921, 8.
921, 8.
866.
8. So 8866.
We got a strength of 9, a perception of 2, endurance of 1, charisma of 8, intelligence of 8, agility of 6, and luck of 6. I'm not double checking these to make sure they all add up to 40. That's another difference. They your specials add up to 40 instead of 28.
They are adding up. I'm double checking them. I'm doing. Yep, they all did. They all work. Okay, my traits.
If they don't, I'm a crappy programmer.
Oh, you can blame Google. It's okay. They could be doing some evil in the background.
Let's see. Trait 1, good-natured. That is a lie.
Hey.
Oh.
I could role play good-natured. God damn it. Screw you, buddy.
And small frame. I think that's an interesting one. I think it'll remind me of that. It's like it decreases your strength, but increases your agility,
I think. Yeah. See, those are good choices for me, because I don't usually take those that do that manipulate your special. And good nature, I'll look them up later. I won't take time while we're doing it.
Strength is already so high to start out with, and your agility could use a bump. So you know what I mean.
It's not terrible. Yeah. All right. So my skills.
Your skills. Your tag skill 1 is science.
All right. Worked for that intelligence. Good.
Repair, also intelligence.
Okay. Let's get a combat. Come on.
And speech.
Oh, snap.
Combat.
Speech snap. You can avoid. You can do a no-kill run.
Yeah, and we'll need also have the companion of Lily. So do we?
Lily's all right. That's and the nice thing about this is, you know, there's no romancing a companion. That's another difference. So there's not really that. I don't think the companion is quite as important here as it is for Wendy's saying +5 barter. Is that good-natured, Wendy? Is that what you're thinking +5 barter is? So so anyway, yeah. So cool. Well, thank you. So that's So strength of 9. So that could be pretty darn punchy.
Yeah.
Strength of 9 and a decent agility. So we could be talking we could be talking something hard and punchy. Maybe melee. Get that fire axe out of Camp Searchlight. It's a good fire axe.
So with good natured, you get +5 to barter, medicine, repair, science, and speech.
Good Lord.
And a -5 to energy weapons, explosives, gun, melee, and NR.
Well, snap! It's not going to be very good for punchy. Yeah, Wendy called that in the chat. She said plus. Yeah, so it's +5 to all your interaction type skills. So with that charisma and the good natured, so this is going to be a very bartery, speechy kind of character, which it's fun. There's a lot of fun speech options, and doing it for Mr. House will be very different than what I was playing for Arthur. So that'll be fun. Cool.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. So we got that's the hosts that are here. We got Kara and Denny to do, and then we got a few folks in the chat who may be willing to throw their characters out. You want to do Kara first, or you want to swing over to the chat and see if is there anybody, Wendy or Casey or Michelle? Any of you guys have a character role you want to share with us that we can log for your play along?
Check the Gmail, see if anybody sent anything here.
Yeah. Michelle and Wendy are noting that this is a big change from Arthur for me, which is good. I want to do something different. Ray, I actually like your no kill. I think no kill is possible in New Vegas, but I have never ever done it.
Yeah. Well, I was going through some of my old notes, and I did discover that there is a kill everything option, because I did that as a character.
Nice. Well,
that was literally kill everything you see.
Let's kill everything you see, including Doc Mitchell. Come on, Ray.
Everybody.
No.
They all gotta go.
Oh, poor Doc. Pull the bullet out of your brain and you put it right back in his. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and do Kara's real quick here. Ray, how many refreshes does Kara get?
Let's go with 2.
2 refreshes for Kara here. So 1 and 2. Working. All right.
I keep getting kicked. Sorry about that. I keep getting kicked out of the Hangout. This was happening to me last week too. I don't know what's going on with my connection. Yeah, I mean, I can just jump right back in, but it's okay. Yeah. So Michelle's got his.
Okay.
All right. So Michelle also picked up a female with a faction of Yes Man. And then a special of 9, 6, 5, 9, 6, 2, 3. Traits of another good-natured. There's about 10 traits or so. So I think it's not surprising we've got some overlap here. He's got the 4 eyes also. So the 4 eyes is +1 perception if you wear glasses, -1 if you're not, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He's got lockpick, guns, air, and fan favorite companion Veronica, voiced by.
Can you say the third tag skill again?
Repair. Lockpick, guns, repair. And it's Veronica, who is voiced by fan favorite Felicia Day.
Bye, Felicia.
Thank you, Michelle. And actually, Veronica's physical appearance is based on, if I remember right, somebody who was a Spanish connection who was, I think, actually real name Veronica. And I forget whether she was a podcast person or what exactly, because this is actually sort of before podcasts were a thing. So actually, I don't think she was a podcast person. I think she might have been
in infancy in 200008 or whatever.
Yeah, I think she might have been like maybe a TV show host or something. I forget who.
I think Veronica Belmont's is a voice actor in here too somewhere, and she's she was on Buzz Out Loud.
Was that a TV show back in the day, Ray?
Yeah, it was a TV show about computer stuff.
Yeah, that okay. I think that's her. Yeah, that's ringing the right bell. All right. So cool. So Michelle, thank you for sharing. Look forward to hearing your play along experiences. So shall we do let's see. Nobody else has posted in chat. So Andrew, shall we fire up Kara's roll? See what
let's have Ray roll up Kara's roll.
Yeah. Go for it, Ray.
You got.
Let's do two. Let's do 2 refreshes for Kara.
2 refreshes for Kara and Ray, if you got your spreadsheet pulled up there.
All right. Well, gonna have to work on her faction. So Kara is a male.
All right, that's good. Nice diversity.
Caesar's Legion.
Okay, we need to do something about that probably.
She has strength 8, perception 7, endurance of 3, charisma 6, intelligence 10.
Ooh.
Agility 1.
Apt.
And a luck of 5.
Just 10. Wow.
Nice.
So her traits, she's got loose cannon and none.
Oh, none as in 0. Okay.
Yep.
I thought you meant like none, like there's a holy woman in a habit running around with a shotgun.
Yeah.
She can fly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Her tag skills are lockpick, energy weapons, and melee weapons.
Ooh, a waste there. That's a bummer.
Double.
Always hate to get 2 combat skills.
And her companion is Boone.
Boone. Fan favorite.
Little sniper.
Nice.
Good going.
Yeah.
Nice. Great. Okay, so and let's go ahead and roll Denny's as well, and then we can parse out what factions we want everyone to actually be a part of.
All right. So, should we do 8 for Denny?
8, sure. Yeah, sounds good.
1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. Oh, jeez. We went from a female NCR to a male Caesar's Legion.
We could have used that first one.
So then he's a male. Strength of 9. Perception 4. Endurance 10. Charisma 6. Intelligence 8. Agility 1.
Oof.
Luck 2.
Woof.
So his traits are trigger discipline and kamikaze.
I forget what that one does.
Sounds fun.
His tag skills are unarmed.
That'll work well with that high strength.
Yeah, sure will. Yeah.
Medicine. Speech.
Medicine, he has 8.
Speech. What's the third one?
Speech.
Okay.
Okay.
And his companion is Rex.
Rex.
Also the pick.
All right. So medicine is one. It helps you with your stim packs and all that, but there's a fairly high number of medicine checks. So that's a pretty useful skill to have some. With medicine and speech as tag skills, that there'll be a lot of opportunity to pass skill checks.
Great.
So that kamikaze is plus 10 action points, but your recklessness causes you to have -2 damage threshold.
That's interesting. So if you're a VATS user, that's pretty good. Interesting. Yeah, I don't see those.
So
yeah. Go ahead.
You can inflict more attacks thanks to your increased AP, and so you won't need to worry about your DT.
Yeah.
And then trigger discipline is when using guns and energy weapons, you fire 20% more slowly but you're 20% more accurate.
That's not bad because
I would like that. That's
it
good.
makes up for poor perception. Although this firing more slowly is bad because agility is lousy.
And so Kara's loose cannon, all throwing weapons, so grenades to throwing spears. She can throw them 30% faster at a cost of 25% of the range.
Interesting. I still need to go through and figure out what all these the perks are.
Yeah.
Differences here. Hey, Casey chimed in here, guys, over in the YouTube chat. Hi, Casey. Great to hear from you. Glad you're signing on to do a playthrough with us. And Casey's also a member of our Fantasy Football League. Everyone, please, if you're interested in the ASA Podcasting Fantasy Football League, we still got a couple weeks left. Actually, probably 10 days or so while we're still taking new participants in. We just got a couple more people in, so we're still looking to get one or two more of you out there. If you're interested, please get a hold of us in the Facebook group. Specifically, Jeremy McDonald, I believe, is heading all that up. So get a hold of us there. Thanks a lot, Casey, for hopping in on that too. So Casey rolled a female, also a yes man, an NCR, did they? Weird. Okay. Casey has a 586, 5, 4, 4, 8. So a strength of 5, perception of 8, endurance of 6, charisma 5, intelligence 4, agility 4, and 8. You might be the most well-rounded character. Ray's is pretty well-rounded too there, though. Let's see. For the what are they called? Traits here. We have early bird. This probably has to do with a daylight thing, maybe. Like you get more agility during the day than night or something, maybe. I'm not sure. And Wild Wastelander, that's the one Pat was saying earlier that someone needed to get, I believe. His tag skills, we got repair, sneak, and energy weapons. Sneak and energy weapons.
And Casey said in the chat that he didn't write down his companion, so
whoops.
Yeah, here I'll do a couple of refreshes and just grab just the companion here. So Casey's companion is going to be Raul Tejada. Good choice. Nobody's got Raul.
Nice. All right, Casey, thanks for rolling down.
And I had another stupid hangout drop. Andrew, did you grab Wendy's off the Gmail while I was?
Oh no, she sent one.
I got it pulled up. So if you didn't do it yet, so
go right ahead.
All right. So for Wendy, we have a male, another yes man. So a lot of yes man and teasers popping up. She has special of 5, 6, 5, 5, 8, 5, 6. Wow. Really
wow, that's awesome.
Very average. Yeah, that's interesting. That's actually a lot. It's sometimes tougher to play.
Yeah,
because you're a little bit good at everything. So that's very interesting. So yeah, Wendy and Casey both had pretty tightly compressed skill sets. So let's see. So her traits are another good-natured and another wild wasteland.
Ray, do you have the description of Wild Wasteland again?
Yeah. So out of the book, it's Wild Wasteland unleashes the most bizarre and silly elements of post-apocalyptic America. Not for the faint of heart or the serious of temperament.
Oh joy!
If you take your Fallout adventuring extremely seriously, don't take this trait.
Is this like axe wielding clowns and stuff like this?
Not that close. OTT, but close. Yeah.
If you're after some humorous Easter eggs, go for it.
Yeah.
All of the Wild Wasteland. Okay, so I've got a list of all the stuff that they do in the back.
It's about what, Ray? About 10 things, 10 or 12, if I remember right.
It is. 15.
15. Okay, yeah. There's so maybe just as a minor, this is not really too much of a spoiler. I won't say where it is, but if you have Wild Wasteland is what causes the aliens to show up in Fallout New Vegas. So in Fallout 4, of course, there's always an alien ship that lands.
Scripted. You pass.
Yeah, that's right. It's scripted. You pass a certain level, and you're outside. You see the ship. But in Fallout New Vegas, there is also an alien, but it only shows up if you take Wild Wasteland. If you don't take Wild Wasteland, there's a different encounter in the place where the alien shows up.
Nice.
And you get the Granny Gang.
Yeah, there's we shouldn't. I would encourage you not to look this up, Andrew. You should let it
happen.
Wash over you. Let the Wild Wasteland wash over you.
The only unfortunate thing is that I don't have enough experience with the game.
Well, see, this will be fun though, because well, first of all, you'll typically know. I think you will, but it'll be fun to see if you when you uncover something, if you identify it as Wild Wasteland. Nice. So just to finish up Wendy real quick.
She's got some skills or traits.
Yeah, she's sneak, barter, and lockpick. So she's got three good, but three support skills. No combat skill.
No fight.
And then her.
Oh. Sorry, I lost Pat there for a second.
Yep.
Pat is just having connectivity issues. Let's see. We were looking for her follower.
Yep.
So hopefully Pat will kick back on. Oh goodness. So man, that's great. She's got Yes Man. Everyone's gotten Yes Man or Legion, it seems like. Pat got House.
So Cassidy is her follower.
Cassidy, okay. Not like I'm saying okay, like, oh yeah, that makes sense, right? Because I totally know who that
is. Yeah, she's a lot of fun. She's one of my favorites. She's a shotgun toting, feisty woman.
Have you played as many hours in New Vegas as you have in 4?
No.
Have you gotten most of the follow? I know you're not like a follower guy in general, but do you have experience with most of the followers, a little bit at least?
No. Mostly just Cassidy, Boone, Eddie, and that's about it.
And have you played enough characters? Like I know in New Vegas or in Fallout 4, you'll play characters to a certain level, and then you'll just start a new character because you want to try other new stuff. Have you experienced a lot of the different perks and skills and all that? Have you?
No, I haven't done nearly as many. I mostly just wanted to play through with the different factions to try to figure all that out. And I've only got 274 hours in Fallout New Vegas.
So you
right now. What's that?
I was going to say, did you have to go back and play any of the 4 factions because you hadn't played any of them yet before we while we're doing the scheduling and stuff?
No, I haven't played anything except for Fallout 4 and Skyrim.
You've never done New Vegas.
Yeah, so I've got 1,643 hours in Fallout 4.
Wow, yeah. That's a lot.
693 in Skyrim Special Edition.
Nice.
274 in regular Skyrim. So yeah, New Vegas was, was definitely the least of the ones that I played.
How about Oblivion?
2 hours.
2 hours. Are you going to attempt to do an Oblivion play along?
No.
I'm going to try. I'm going to see if I can get into it here. I've attempted the game a couple times before, but I'll see if I can do this play along stuff here. It's motivation, Yeah. This table stuff, this style. Help me get through the game there. Yeah, so that's anybody got any other rolling stuff? Pat, did you have any stats you wanted? Anything jump out?
Let's see. So Mr. House, I think is it'll be interesting from a faction perspective because I find him the most objectionable in some respects. I mean, the Legion's very objectionable in its own way, so it'll be fun playing Mr. House. I don't remember ever having taken the good-natured or small frame traits. So that'll be fun to play around with those. Lily is she's a very entertaining character. She's got some pretty amusing dialogue, so that'll be good.
Are we okay with 2 people having the same follower?
I think so, because it's the followers. I mean, each of the followers, just like in the other games, Fallout 4 or whatever, has like a certain level of affinity to reach to sort of fire off their particular quest line or whatever. But it's not like you have to play the whole game or something with that follower. So it's definitely, and also like Lily is kind of a late game follower just because of where she is on the map. Like Lily and Raul Tejada, I think of as kind of late game just because Raul's at a pretty tough area. Whereas Boone and Veronica and Rose of Sharon are pretty easy. Well, Rose of Sharon's maybe mid game. Boone and Veronica are really easy to pick up early game if you choose to. So I think it's a mix. Like I'll probably go grab somebody else to run around with for a little bit, and then just ditch that person. And then remember, and you can also have 2, even in the base game unmodded. You can have Rex or Eddie. You can have 1 non-human companion, and then one of the humanoid/human companions, so Lily or Raul or whoever. So you can have two companions even without mods as well.
Nice.
So there's just plenty of flexibility. So I think it's fine for us to kind of double up on companions. Right, Michelle, by the way, just real quick, a shout out to Michelle. Michelle says he's not sure he wants to play another female. So Michelle, that is easy to fix. You just change and play along whatever you'd like to, because I'm sure there'll be some other areas where your character will stretch your play style a little bit. So yeah, go for whatever you go for. What you number one rule of Roundtable is to have fun before all else. Yeah.
There's aspects to it that is going to make it miserable. Go ahead and change that aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. So
all you have to do is just admit you're a sexist jerk, and we can.
Not bad.
I'm sorry.
So hey, did you? And again, sorry, I keep having these hangout drops. Did you guys fix the preponderance of Caesar's Legion that we rolled up here?
That was the next thing I was going to mention. Yeah. I've got Caesar's Legion. Ray has the Legion as well. Kara has the Legion. Denny has the Legion, and Pat has Mr. House. So we've got 4 legions and a house. Yeah.
So one of you guys. So out of the 4 of you guys, we need to get at least switch 2 of you to NCR and Yes Man at minimum. So I don't know if you we can roll. We can just assign. So it doesn't matter to me. However. How about
okay? Let's have Denny and Kara both be Legion, and Ray, you and I can split NCR and Yes Man, whichever. I do not care. Flip a coin, Pat.
Ray, got a preference?
Have you played one more than the other?
No, but I have played both of them.
All right.
So Andrew, do you want? So look, NCR is easier just because the whole map is crawling with NCR quests.
Lots of side quests and whatnot.
So there's so if you feel like if you feel like you don't want to be sort of like looking for things to do, NCR is a good choice because every time you turn around, there's somebody giving you an NCR quest.
And if you join NCR, does that prevent you from joining? I know it would for the
There is a point of no return, similar in Fallout 4. How when you do mass fusion, you get that pop up that says if you do this, you're committed. There is a point of no return, but it's pretty late. So you can actually do quite a bit. A lot of
NCR side quests before.
Yeah. You have a lot of. There's a fair amount of optionality. So
I really don't care. Let's. I don't literally have a coin in front of me, but.
All right. Well, let's have Andrew do NCR, Carol do Yes Man, and Dennis and I'll do Caesars.
Okay. So let me write that down. I am NCR.
Works for me. So I got Andrew doing NCR, Ray doing Caesar. I'm doing Mr. House.
Caesar.
Kara's doing Yes Man, and Denny's doing Caesar.
Yes, and
from the host. And then we got actually Michelle, Wendy, and Casey all wound up with Yes Man, interestingly enough.
Weird. It's like that time the Skyrim roundtable, everyone lived in Valendra Hall.
Yeah. There's always something. Yeah, Yes Man is our Valendra Hall this year. So let's see.
There's too many random numbers and not enough random
choices. Yeah.
So looking at the stats, so we got a pretty good spread of stats. I mean, we got tens and we got ones. So the stats don't look clumped at all. Mm-hmm. The traits, it's everything else. I mean, it's really only the faction that seemed like it clumped a little bit, and that's one of those things. With a sample size of 8, you're just going to have some clumping. Exactly. That's just going to happen. Yeah. It's not a big enough sample size to guarantee randomness. So.
Well, I hope people out there will also hop on and do a play along with us. I haven't heard from Adam Plude in a little while. Hopefully Adam will hop on, and Leon finished out strong. Pardon me. I have season 3 of the Roundtable, so hopefully Leon will come on. Paul also finished out strong. Thank you, Paul. Maybe even Victor will hop on for a little bit of a. I don't know if you said
Oblivion may be calling to Victor. We'll have to see if we can tempt him away from Oblivion for a little bit.
Hopefully, Jeremy McDonald. I don't even know. Maybe we can convince Jeremy Bouse to even do a little bit of gaming. I haven't heard from him in a long time. Keith Mason, Keith out there was doing lots of stuff with a Fallout 4 every once in a while. He never got onto the play along, but maybe Keith, we can convince you to buy. I don't know, maybe you have played New Vegas already, but if we can, I'd like to hear Keith's thoughts. I always like to hear from Keith. And also, let's see. There seems to be a lot of our normal guys. Sarah, would you like to do some New Vegas play along? I'd like to hear from Sarah. That'd be great.
Yeah. And then let's see. I think if I remember right, Andrew Collin said he might do a play along. Maybe. I think Collin said he might join in. Wendy's over here in the chat saying that she's hoping that this will encourage her to get. She's didn't get through the game. I guess she got about partway through. So. Nice. So hopefully, Wendy, hope you enjoy it. So actually, one of the other things I was thinking as we're going through our list of people, I know Casey is typically a PS4 guy,
mm-hmm.
and I know there are reports. I played this originally on 360, and then now I've got it on PC.
Yeah,
I know there's been reports of significant bugginess on the PlayStation version. Yes. So
I played a long ass time ago. I was playing, but I just put it in a couple months ago when we first decided that we were going to do a New Vegas Roundtable because I'd never played it. So, not really in depth. So I put it in my PlayStation 3 and started playing a lot. And then once I got around the strip, it just started getting so choppy and buggy, like dropping to seriously 1 or 2 frames per second, like that slow and choppy and gross looking. So I hope, Casey, it goes really well for you on PS3. Mine bogged it down a lot. I don't know if it was because of how I was doing my saves, or I don't know if it's a random thing, but I hope it goes.
Okay, yeah. So Casey actually reports no problems on PS3.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good.
Oh, hey. Speaking of, sorry, so just trying to couple different threads going on in the chat here. Wendy is asking what flavor of Rad Baby Sarah had. Was it a little boy Rad Baby or a little girl Rad Baby? And actually,
a little she Rad Baby.
That's right. Because you were trying to name her you were trying to name her after Cricket. That's right.
Cricket. I thought sounded like a good name for a little girl.
No, I don't think so.
That or Body No Nose is always
named after a tweaker or a ghoul. That's right. Tweaker or a ghoul. That'd be
but
that's like a game show. Tweaker or a ghoul.
Congratulations, Sarah and Rad Dad. That's awesome for you guys.
Absolutely. So see, Andrew, do we have the schedule? I know you kind of warned the gang that the schedule might be a little different. Do we have it posted yet on? No,
I haven't actually posted it onto the website yet, but I can do that by the end of the week probably. So.
Yeah, and so just if people are anxious to get playing, so no surprise, we know we're going to start off with the tutorial quest. So you'll do your character creation with General Tullius in the doctor's office.
Is Doc Mitchell Tullius?
He is. Yes, he is indeed. Michael Hogan. Yeah. Yeah, a fine Canadian Cylon. Spoiler alert.
From what? Let's see, what?
Battlestar.
Battlestar, or
yeah. And he'll be at Dragon Con.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's actually a seriously very good character actor. I think he was quite good on Battlestar, in my opinion.
Nice.
But anyway, so we're gonna do character creation and the 3 tutorial quests in Good Springs. So easy first assignment. And beyond that, I think we're gonna focus on the main quest. So if you want to kind of follow along the main quest, you can definitely feel free to do side quests as to your heart's content. If people want to get in there, and as Andrew said, in the next week or next less than probably a week or so, we'll get the schedule posted and people can start playing along.
And remember, we won't actually start our first episode till after Labor Day, at least the first week, maybe even 2 weeks after Labor Day. But it'll be after Labor Day to make sure.
Yeah, and hey, Michelle is actually raising something, Andrew, that we were talking about in our show chat earlier.
That's a good stepping stone here. Let's go ahead, and Ray, if you'd like to take a little transition moment here, Michelle is asking about mods.
I certainly hope we're doing mods, because otherwise I've got a lot of work to do to uninstall all this crap.
Uh-oh. What you got going on?
Yeah, so, I started playing around, and before I knew it, I had a pretty significant list of mods cooking. So I do think there is one I'm going to go ahead and take off, New Vegas Restoration. It was just it added too much stuff that made life too easy. So go ahead and take that one off. It included a extra gate to the strip that you didn't have to have a passport to get through.
It's like a tunnel out the back of Doc Mitchell's house. There you go. Extra gate.
So a little bit different. Doing the mods, not a lot different, but most of the mods are going to require the New Vegas script extender. So you've got to get that loaded into your game file. Yeah. I threw in a couple of other plugins that kind of help with stuff. The 4 GB memory expander lets the game run on 4 gig instead of 2. And then it was supposed to help with screen stutter, but it didn't really. So I backed off on it. But there's a mod called Fake Full Screen that lets you run in a window, but make it look like a full screen. But with my monitor, it didn't really work. I've got mine is 3840 by 2160, and so it didn't have they didn't have a patch for that big of a screen. So I posted my mod list the other day, so everybody can kind of see it.
Yeah, the Facebook page.
Yep.
Okay, I should try to copy that and post it on our Twitter account as well. Try to find that.
So most of everything I did was to make it look pretty, and I posted a couple of pictures. You can see that the extra meshes definitely make a big difference, and I'm definitely enjoying Nevada Sky.
Nice. So you got lots of appearance mods. Anything specifically you'd like to mention?
Well, certainly the biggest texture pack I'm running is NMC, which it adds a lot of stuff all over the place. I also have the Poco Bueno, which has some more specific things here and there throughout the game. I look forward to finding a skeleton, because one of them is a texture fix for the human skeletons. So once I find out what that is, I'll take a picture.
Yeah, something tells me you'd be able to find a skeleton.
Yeah.
They're not as plentiful as in 4. I mean, and that's generally true of probably just about everything. Is you just the engine's just not as powerful, right? So you don't think the environment is not as rich, in terms of either NPCs or stuff.
Well, you're also in the desert compared to Boston.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and only in certain areas, like there's areas like some of the vaults or whatever where you'll find plenty of where it'll be pretty dense. But yeah, that is a good point. It is more of a wasteland.
I asked Michelle what mods he's planning on running here, and Ray, what does this mean? He's running NMC and Poco Bueno.
Yeah, those are the 2 texture packs I mentioned.
Okay.
So they just make everything sharper and cleaner looking.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
And
clean in a very rustic and dirty way. But just like one of the pictures that I posted was of the sign out in front of the Good Springs Saloon, and you can see the bark peeling on the
nice.
On the wood poles, and it just it's really cool.
Good deal. Perfect. So how are you going to get mods onto my Xbox, right?
I don't know.
Well, get on it. Figure it out.
You go kidnap Todd Howard and you'll lock him in your basement until he calls all of his friends at Bethesda and tells them to recode Fallout New Vegas.
See, I've got those guys. They're already in a corner in my basement working on getting Fallout 4 onto the Switch. Those guys are already.
No, actually, they're supposed to be working on Fallout 5. Okay, really, you're not, or Elder Scrolls 6, right? I mean, well, come on.
Fallout 5, 2022. What do you think?
21. I'm gonna guess 21.
Yeah.
So we'll see Elder Scrolls 6 first. Then we'll see Fallout 5.
Okay, I challenge us. Let's run the show until our last episode cannot be before Fallout 5's release date.
Well, once you get that far, then it becomes easy because then you have a whole nother show to talk about.
That's the challenge.
Yeah.
We can't quit before Fallout 5. 5-year plan.
Well, if I keep telling myself I want to somehow manufacture the stamina to play through 1 and 2, Fallout and Fallout 2. But every time I look at those games, I just I just can't deal with these ISO games.
Yeah, I looked them up on YouTube a little bit, and they look a little rough.
I've not even found a good YouTube playthrough that I can. I found one, and I just didn't like the guy's narration style, and
I was just looking at the trailer. I wasn't even looking at real gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean the lore is fascinating, right? Because the lore, they did the lore, we are still experiencing aspects of the Fallout original lore in today's game. So from that perspective, it's really fascinating.
Some of it, but I actually read a little bit here and there. And I'm not a huge lore guy, but I was reading somewhere that there are big Fallout purists who think that 3 just destroyed the series. That it went so far out of whack with the foundation of the actual lore of the game that it ruined the Fallout series, and there are purists who only swear by Fallout and Fallout 2.
Well, and there's people who I'm trying to think of what like for example, the ghouls are very different. They've been changed over the years, and the fast ghouls that we have in Fallout 4, are different, and some people don't like those. I forget some of the other. There's other examples of stuff that people who are, I'm not even gonna say they're purists. It's just a matter of opinion. There's just different stuff, and there's certainly a lot of attraction to those original some of those original games, but just the ISO games. I'm sure for their day they were fine, but I just.
Well, and before Left 4 Dead, zombies just shuffled around and weren't very scary. But once Left 4 Dead came out, they'd fly like crazy, and just like a feral ghoul, be on you in a heartbeat.
So which was first, Left 4 Dead or 28 Days Later?
28 days later, yeah.
Because 28 Days Later was like generically pop culture.
Great.
I think 28 Days Later was maybe the first big pop culture thing with the fast zombies.
Like the rage virus or whatever they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, so looking at my gameplay on Fallout, it's 19 minutes.
That's all you made it. You didn't even make it 20.
So it took me longer to get the game to run on my computer than I could actually play it. Fallout 2, that would be 1 minute.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like no, this just isn't gonna work for me.
Oh, Ray. 1 minute. Yeah, I don't know. Did you ever play any of those old turn-based games like that way back in the day?
I played StarCraft and Ages of Empires.
Yeah,
and those kind of things, but
you still
not really turn-based stuff.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Right on. Well, I think that's some pretty good rolling, guys. I think that's some really good stuff we got there. Also, we got rolls from some listeners in the YouTube chat, so that was fun. That's great.
Yeah.
I hope Wendy makes it through the whole season and completes the game. So that's a good challenge, and then we endorse a.
So real quick before we sign off, we got Wendy in the chat saying her husband is the opposite and loves 1 and 2, but not the rest. So maybe we need to get Wendy's husband on here as a co-host to run us through a Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 roundtable.
He needs to at least, please. I'm serious, Wendy. Have your hubby write us an email, please. Telling us why. Like just describing his feelings. We'd like to hear a couple hundred words, his thoughts on why 1 and 2 are superior. I'd love to hear that opinion. Seriously, have him write in. That'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, hey, before we sign off, we said we were going to plug our special guests that we're working on.
Yeah, I do have a couple of items here to burn through before we sign off for the evening. That being one of them, we are going to get the mastermind behind the project Mindfog, Aaron. Aaron, I assume Clow. I apologize if I mispronounce your last name, Aaron. Clow, I'm assuming. Aaron from Mindfog will be on the show. On August 31st, we're going to have him on. And that will be a very non-spoiler episode. His project is he's going through and doing a narrative, basically a story of screw my description. Go listen to Mindfog. It's a great podcast. Get ready, prepare for this, because he's going to come onto the show and we're going to speak with Aaron. It's going to be very non-spoilery though. So if you are in the YouTube chat or anything, we're going to ask you guys, tongue and stuff. For story spoilers, even for Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Well, excited to have him on the show.
Yeah, and so in terms of special guests, Wendy is asking if we ever interviewed Chris. I think she's Chris Takahashi of 3D NPC. We have not, to my knowledge, but we did talk to Kyle Brennan, who is active over in the Facebook group. We've talked to him a few times on the show, and he is a voice actor in Tales of the Wasteland. Tales from the Wasteland.
At Chris Takahashi and interact with him on Twitter. I've never gotten him to bite on and interact with me though, really, on Twitter. So I don't know. Maybe I can reach out and ask him specifically if he'd like to mod in an interview. If I could, reach out with an actual interview proposition, maybe he would reply. But we'll take that into consideration. Thank you, Wendy. I mentioned that special fire sale for the Etsy shop for ASA podcasting. We now have Fallout Feed t-shirts available in the Etsy shop for $5 a piece plus shipping.
Whoa, what a bargain.
$5 a piece plus shipping, United States only. Sizes, everyone, we've got a few mediums, a couple larges, a couple extra larges. So please, 10 t-shirts left, $5 a piece. Pack one away for your loved ones. Stash it away now for a Christmas present later, something like that. But anyway, hot item. Please rush over to our Etsy shop, ASA Podcasting. I'll put a promo on the show for that as well. That'll have our the Etsy address and all that. So hop on over if you'd like a.
This production run of shirts is very nice. It is Michael got him that run off at a local Philly t-shirt company, and they are quite nice. So, some
professional
really
print shop. They're very well done.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice thick t-shirts too.
Absolutely.
Also mention, thanks everyone who participated in the King of the Bunker Hill. I just wanted to read off our results here. Lee had one Funko vinyl mini mystery vinyl pop figure coming his way. Michelle, you have 2. Jack, you have 3, and Ray, sir, you have 4 of those little mini mystery figures coming your way. But Jack ended up being the last person on the hill, so I guess Jack is the champion if you play the rules of King of the Hill. But Ray, one more figure, so I don't know. Toss up, guys.
Well, I'll congratulate Jack. He did a good job.
Jack's the King of the Hill, then I guess. At the end, he can stand atop the Empire State Building and beat his chest in triumph. King of the Hill.
That's King Kong.
Oh, sorry, the King. I'd also like to mention ASA Pod Karting. We are starting a Mario Kart League. Anyone, if you'd like to sign up for that, you can find more information on Twitter. It's at ASA Pod Karting. That's karting with a K. And we've got an email there too, asapodkarting@gmail.com. We're just going to be doing some of the cups there, getting together online, keeping score, and maybe even recording a little podcast surrounding it. So
nice.
If you guys are interested in that at all. Character draws. Thought went really well. Thanks, guys, for doing that.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Ray, we did not thank you enough for putting together the spreadsheet. That was super.
The spreadsheet, incredible.
No, my pleasure. It was a lot of fun learning how to do it. So
cool.
That's what I like.
I like your sort of just jump in with 2 feet and figure out how to do it and go. That's really awesome. But if you'd like to find it, everybody, you can go to asapodcasting.com. Just click on the Fallout feed section of the website, and it's our third bolded link there on the way down. It just says Fallout New Vegas Random Character Generator. Click on that link, and that'll take you right to the generator. You can refresh as many times as you see fit, and that's your character. Make sure you take a picture of it with your phone or something like that. There's some you can't really print it or something. I think you can take
it's a Google issue.
Yeah, there's a technical issue where you can't print it, but just take a screen capture or take a picture with your phone, so you'll have your stats, or just write them down and tape it to your computer for later. Or if you have a crappy old monitor like I do, you can just write on Sharpie all your passwords.
Yeah, and if you make a mistake, you can put whiteout on your computer screen. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Hey, that's all I have for tonight, guys. What do you got?
I'm all out.
All right. Well, let me see if I can go ahead and pull up our outro song here, because I'm always so well prepared. Hey, Ray, thanks a lot for helping us out again with the spreadsheet and doing everything that you've been doing. Also, everybody, check out Ray's mod again. Remind us what it's called so people can look it up on the Xbox and PC, so you can put your baseball hats, your fantasy.
This is the only one I have posted right now is the flag. So that's the Fallout feed flag.
The Fallout feed flag. So everybody go show your Fallout feed support. Download Ray's mod, build a flag, post it to Twitter, and show us a little bit of Fallout feed love there. That's awesome, Ray, that you can do that sort of thing. That's cool. I'm looking forward to putting on a baseball cap with the Fallout feed logo at some point too.
I'll have to keep working on that.
Yeah.
I just keep playing and never have time to mod. So
yeah. I'm trying to set up some other little projects we got going on here, and I'm just like, but that means I have to put down my video games in order to do that. Can't do that.
There's another character that has to be built.
Rolled one. I have to go do it. I'll probably actually ended up doing it right now. Maybe I'll go and Twitch stream that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I haven't done any Twitch in a while. Maybe I'll do that. Who knows? All right. Thanks everybody for listening. Pat, thanks for leading the way, and thank you in advance for the direction you're going to provide through.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast.
It's going to be awesome.
Talk to you guys next time.
Yeah, Ray, thanks a lot for hopping on, man. That's great to talk to you. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Ciao.
Later.
See you in the wasteland.
thank you for downloading this episode of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. If you are interested in doing a play-along character with us, the show can be contacted by emailing falloutroundtable@gmail.com. For the Roundtable schedule, our Amazon link, and all other show information, please head on over to asapodcasting.com, where you will find the Fallout Feed, a Skyrimatic podcast, our YouTube channel, the Chatterbox, as well as other content. Once again, thank you for downloading, and we'll see you in the wasteland.
Hey, Ray, I played the correct outro song this time.
Excellent. Once in a row. Keep it going.